Oh my goodness. I am excited about reading this book, you guys. It's just me. This is called When Santa Learned the Gospel by an Englishman named Simon Camilleri, illustrated by Matt Boutros, who I can only assume is a Cajun. When Santa learned the gospel, he first heard it from an elf. This tiny Santa's helper had just learned of it herself. A child had asked for Christmas to receive a Bible book, probably the Jesus Storybook Bible if I know you kids. This elf had made one in the shop, then paused to have a look. She read all about Jesus and the call to follow him. She learned how Jesus lived and taught and died to pay for sin. She learned how Jesus rose again and how he will return. And then this elf read how she should respond to all she'd learned. She shut the book, put down her tools, then closed her eyes and prayed. Right then and there, this little elf trusted in Christ that day. The next day, she told Santa. It was awkward, unprepared. She knew she didn't know that much, but what she knew, she shared. She told Santa the gospel. It was simple, it was short, but a seed was sown in Santa's heart, which grew into a thought. Santa reflected on his life and the message he supported, then compared it to the gospel that the elf had just reported. He'd always thought that everyone was naughty or was nice. He had them all on 2 big lists. He even checked it twice. He'd always thought you only got a gift if you'd been good. The naughty kids got lumps of coal. That's what he understood. They'd all line up in shopping malls and sit upon his knee and claim that they were always nice as nice. Ginkgo, come here! What are you doing? You want to hear about a story? Hey, I'm trying to read to these kids. They're going to tell them about Jesus and Santa Claus and the gospel and the elf. Why don't you go lay down? Oh, good girl. They'd all line up in shopping malls, Ginkgo, and sit upon his knee and claim that they were always nice as nice could be. Of course, he saw them when they slept and knew when they awoke. He also knew their nice attempts were pretty much a joke. Their heads were not filled with thoughts as nice and kindness and peace and joy, but with the never-ending list of their desired toys. He knew their hearts, but he had thought, they're trying to be good. That's good enough to make the list. Otherwise, no one would. So every year, they're good enough with toys would be rewarded, and every year, he realized this message he supported. The good will get the presents, the bad will get the coal, and trying to be good enough is good enough a goal. That was the message that he knew. But now he knew another. He had just learned the gospel, so he compared them to each other. The message of the gospel turned his message upside down. The good, the bad, the naughty, and nice, it switched it all around. There's no one good but God alone. He'd heard, Jesus concluded. And those who claim they're good enough are simply just deluded. If there's a list of who is good, that standard we've all missed. And Santa saw that even he was on the naughty list. That shook his world. That rocked his boat. That gripped him in his soul. To think that even Santa Claus deserved a lump of coal. But that was only half of what the gospel message said. It also flipped what happened to the naughty on its head. Instead of being written off as just not good enough, the message to the naughty list was one of grace and love. The gospel offered mercy to those deserving coal. The gospel offered forgiveness and cleansing of the soul. Oh. The gospel told how Jesus died, our death, to pay the price, to reconcile us all to God, both naughty and the nice. This offer was a real gift. Unlike presents 'neath the tree, it was not earned by being good. God offered it for free. Santa compared his message with this new one he had learned. His message said, you got the presents your good deeds had earned. The message of the gospel offered something so much greater. Jesus had come to reconcile the world to their Creator. When Santa grasped the gospel, he did not know what to do. So the elf said nervously, "How about I pray with you?" So that night, at the North Pole, by the fire in his den, with a simple prayer led by an elf, Santa was born again. And now, in Christ, forgiven, free, his new life had begun. And Santa had a new message to share with everyone. Ginkgo! Okay, hello, and you want to hear a story? You want a treat? You want to go to the bark?